Hey math friends. So today we are going to talk about writing equations from words. And we're going to start out simple, and then as we go we will start adding more real world problems and things like that. But to start us out, I want you to either take a screenshot or copy down into your notebook this page right here that you see, words that indicate different operations, and then how to write an equation from a story. So let's go over words that indicate operations. And please write these down as we go so you'll have them in your notebook. Words that indicate adding. Obviously, think of simple words back from elementary school. A word like more or plus. But also words from real life situations. If I'm talking about elevation or temperature, I might use above or increase. And conversely, words for subtraction, the opposite of addition, right? So more would be less, plus, or minus. Above, below, increase, decrease. And these are just a few examples. I'm sure we could add a ton more, but these are just a few. And then words for multiplying. So multiplying, remember, product is a multiplication word. Times is a multiplication word. Repeating things, remember multiplication is the same as repeated addition. And then conversely for divide, if I want to split something up, if I want to break something apart, I'm going to divide. Or if I want to share something with my friends equally, I'm going to divide. And those are just a few examples for you to write down. So you have these words, you know what they are. Now, how do we write an equation from a story? Well, we want to know what the unknown value is. Every time you read a word problem or a story, you have to figure out, what do I not know? That is your variable. Okay? So then you'll find the total, and that's going to be one side of your equation by itself. And then you're going to write your equation and solve for the variable. That's what we already have learned how to do. So make sure this goes into your notebook so you will have it. If you want to write down these examples, that would be great as well. So, first example, and these are simple, like I said, and then we will get into more real life stories and real life things that you guys actually will use. So, 3 times a number minus 6 is 18. And before we do that, let's go back and add this. I forgot this, and I'm sorry. What are words that indicate equals something? I could say this equals this, sure. I could say equivalent. And I could also say is, and then give you a number to tell you that it is equal to something. So add that as well. Okay, so now to our example. 3 times the number minus 6 is 18. So we're going to take this and we're going to follow those steps. First step, what is the unknown? So I'm going to write this down. Unknown is what? 3 times a number minus 6 is 18. I know 3 times a number. Do I know that number? I don't. So that's my unknown. Minus 6 is 18. Okay, cool. Second thing is find the total. And remember, total is going to be one side of our equal sign. 3 times a number minus 6 is, remember, that is like our equal sign, 18. So the total equals 18. So now let's write the rest of it. So I know my equation is going to look like this. Something equals 18. So let's write it as we go. 3 times a number. And we know this is our x, our variable. 3 times a number. How do we write that in an equation? I could write 3 times x, but that's not how we see it. Remember, we see multiplication in equations as a variable and a constant beside each other. So 3 times x is 3x. And then we have minus 6. Well, I know that means subtract 6. So there's my equation. Okay? So, next example. First thing, make our variable or find our variable. Let's read it. 16 more than a number divided by 9 is 20. Okay, what do I not know? I know 16 more than a number, that's x, divided by 9 is, that's our second thing, our total, what's our total? 20. Okay, so I know it equals 20. Now let's finish it. 16 more than. More than means add. So 16 more than a number divided by 9. Well, that's easy. I could put x divided by 9, but we see that as a fraction in equations. So 16 plus x over 9 equals 20. So I'm going to write that as my equation. Okay? Third example. 9 less than a number times 6 is 9. First thing is our variable. 9 less than a number. I don't know the number. That's my x. Second thing is the total. Okay? 9 less than a number x times 6 is, that's my equal sign, 9. Okay? It equals 9. All right? Great. Now let's write it. That's the third step. Write your equation. 9 less than. So it's something minus 9 because it's 9 less than something else. A number times 6. Remember when we write multiplying with equations, we write the constant and the variable beside each other. So 6 times x is 9. All right, perfect. So that's how we write those equations. So for your practice, you are going to write an equation from these sentences. Then you are going to solve that equation. Don't forget that. Solve that equation, find what your variable is or your unknown value, and use our algebraic method that we have been using. Okay? Awesome.